In late summer, I start to keep an eye out for blackthorn bushes, looking to see which ones have a good crop of sloes. Then, in October, we forage the sloes to make sloe gin. This year, the sloes were ripe early, but normally they are ready to be picked in mid to late October. You can feel the fruit to see if they are ripe. I pick about 3 kilos of sloes each autumn, which is enough to mix with 6 litres of gin. I collect my sloes in small batches from numerous sites around the area, always leaving plenty on the bush for wildlife and other foragers. So to make sloe gin, I start with a 2 litre kilner jar, and then I add to that 600 grams of sloes. Now these sloes have been in the freezer, but not because freezing is in any way magical, but just makes it easier to collect enough sloes over several trips. So that's 600 grams of sloes. Then to that I add 300 grams of sugar, and you want to use like a golden castor or a soft light brown. So all I'm doing is waiting for the scales to hit 900, because I've got 600 of sloes, 300 of sugar. Makes it nice and easy. And then to that I add an entire 1 litre bottle of gin. I'm just using cheap oldie gin. At the moment you can get 6 bottles of this for about £100, so good for making a big batch. But you can use whatever gin you like, really. Maybe use a better one. And then to that I also add another 200 millilitres of gin, so it's 1.2 litres in total. And then put the lid on. Give it a good shake. I'll then store this and all the other ones I've made in a cool place for a couple of weeks, and I'll shake them every day or so until all the sugar's dissolved. Then I'll put them in a dark corner of the garage for about 6 months. Once the sloe gin has been in the garage for about 6 months, I'll take it out and I'll separate the fruit from the liquid, and I'll rebottle the liquid without the fruit into the original bottles using a straining funnel, which and then the resulting sloe gin can be drunk then, but I'd really advise you keep it for at least 6 months. So essentially this time of year it's a good time to start drinking last year's sloe gin, but you can keep sloe gin for much longer and it will actually age in the bottle. So this is last year's sloe gin, which I've got in a glass here. I don't know if you can see, but that's it's quite bright red. When you drink it, it's got quite sort of fruit forward, fresh flavours of kind of fresh fruit. Whereas this gin here is sloe gin, which was from fruit 5 years ago, and so it's been sitting in the bottle all that time. And it's much darker in colour, and the flavours are richer, smoother, and more complex, like a sort of aged an aged port to some degree. So yeah, you can experiment with how long you leave the gin for, and see what flavour you prefer. So I hope you found this video useful and you enjoy your sloe gin. Yeah, so cheers.